sounds cliche. Everybody says my dogs are like my children. I've had a lot of fun with hair bows and dresses and lace, and I've always liked the pugs and the Pekingese, so for me it's perfect. Ava, want a treat?
Ava, a 2-year-old pug Pekingese mix, means the world to her owner Nadia Krim. To understand the depths of Nadia's feelings, however, you have to know the story of her previous pet, a beloved English bulldog named Barkley.
Every person that met Barkley, no matter where we went, they always wanted to know what his name was. They wanted to play with him. He was very photogenic. He was a star.
But everything changed when Nadia's vet diagnosed Barkley with cancer.
You know, as soon as you hear that word, you know, the big C word, cancer, just scares you. My stomach just dropped. I went through the chemotherapy process with him. He had medicine I had to give him, but through it all, he was really strong. And I wish I could have done more. You know, he was my kid. His spark went out. And I knew at that point it was time, because he wasn't Barkley anymore. He had already died in a sense, and so it was time to put him to sleep. When I chose to get a new dog, I felt a loyalty to my old dog, and I felt in a sense I was betraying him a little. And out of the Riverside shelter, I came across little Ava here, who is exactly what I wanted. I was looking for a small dog, preferably female, you know, kind of a polar opposite of what Barkley used to be. Because Barkley was a big, tough boy, very masculine. Ava, you want to go for a walk? She loves people. She would cling to you. Definitely a lap dog. And then I noticed her little twirling issues, too. Her twirling basically expresses any emotion. Ready? Happy, sad, nervous, scared, anxious, excited. She just twirls for everything. It's become a problem that she does get underfoot when she twirls. It makes me dizzy sometimes. It's always counterclockwise. It's always the same way, which boggles my mind. I don't have no clue why that is. And people ask me all the time, why is she twirling? I don't know. Also, too, she gets so excited when she twirls, her little heart just starts racing. And with her being such a little dog, I would hate for, you know, her to get overexcited and, God forbid, have a heart attack or something like that. So I'd like to have her be a little bit more calm. And I think that if she did not twirl, that she would be more calm. There you go. Uh-oh, you both fell off.
When dog behaviorist Cesar Millan agreed to take on the assignment, he knew it would be a challenge. Ava could have a medical condition that's beyond his expertise.
And it went through my mind that this might be a case that I can't help, you know, 'cause sometimes there's some neurological problems that need medication, so I'm not the kind of person who gives medication to dogs.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, I'm Nadia.
Cesar Millan.
Come on in.
Thank you very much. If you can give me more details in her life, we can come out with a conclusion why she's doing this behavior.
Well, I don't really know too much about her
Okay.
life other than the fact she was picked up as a stray on the streets.
Okay. Did you saw this circling around right away?
Yeah, she was doing it in the cage, and I
sure.
thought it's just because she was afraid or nervous. I
Yes.
figured, oh, that'll stop. It wasn't a concern.
Okay.
And then she kept doing it, and she still does it till this day. It was kind of cute at first. It was kind of endearing, but now it's just kind of a nuisance.
And you have tried different methods to control this behavior or to
I tell her to
the
stop.
behavior?
Like sometimes I'll clap my hands and say no.
Okay,
I thought
so-
about maybe spraying her with water when she
Okay,
does it,
all right.
but I thought that was mean, and so
Okay.
I decided I didn't want to try that.
So what do you think about discipline then?
I kind of treat Ava with kid gloves a little bit. She's my first dog since my other dog passed away. He was very strong-headed, like a lot of bulldogs are. He was crazy ever since he was a puppy, which I like that about him. He's very unique.
You describe crazy.
He always wanted to have attention. He always wanted to get love. He always wanted to be petted. He was kind of in your face instead of just laying in a corner,
Right.
you know, being all fat.
So
Yeah.
you call that friendly dominance?
He-
When
Very,
dogs
yeah.
are in your face, is a dominant behavior.
Okay.
You see it? But somehow you're covering things up. You see what I'm saying?
Covering him up?
Covering them up, like, so they're always cute and they're never dominant, so they're never this.
Oh, he had his issues too. I mean, there was times where he wouldn't listen.
That's right.
See, this is what I want to hear.
Because Nadia was going through a loss in her life with her dog Barkley, she was in an emotional state of mind when she went and adopted Ava. Because she came with a low-level energy, she wasn't going to help the behavior to be stopped.
You are a wonderful dog owner, right? Because you make sure they have food, they have water, they have plenty of affection. But discipline and consistency are not your assets. Now, let me ask you one thing. How often do you girls walk?
Several times a day.
How far?
It depends. Sometimes it's just a quick in and out, depending on my schedule. Sometimes
Yes.
we'll go for a mile, half a mile.
That's another thing that you have to change, okay?
His problem was not neurological. His problem was just a matter of somebody being consistent with exercise and discipline, not just being consistent with a whole bunch of affection. The affection was going to make this dog worse and worse and worse if we don't do anything about it.
Some walks are way too small, or you understand, very short in time. When a dog or animal lives behind walls too long, that gets them crazy, very, very crazy. If this was neurological problem, we would have seen some behavior right now. This is not neurological, this is psychological. This is a dog that is desperate for help. See, spinning around has become a way of her fixing herself until she gets really tired, then she lays down, and then she goes and spin again. Some people would smoke, would drink, would use drugs, would do something negative to themselves to calm themselves down. Well, no other animal goes through drugs, alcohol, or whatever, but they do show you, negative behavior, such as excessive barking, digging, chewing, spinning around. You see, those are side effects of lack of exercise. 3 things we need to be balanced: exercise, mental stimulation, affection. By really being committed to exercise, discipline, affection, you will slowly see that the spinning around goes away.
Cesar begins the exercise by moving Ava's leash higher up on her neck. He always recommends this position, especially for hard-to-handle dogs.
So what we do is we take the leash and we put it through this loop right here, but we're gonna place all the way in the top, just like a dog show. See, what happened to the collars, they go all the way down here. Can you see it? So when they go all the way down here, the nose goes in the ground, they can go anywhere they want, they spin around, but when the collar is all the way in the top, they can't do it. See it? Because you're able to control the nose. 60% of the brain is controlled by the nose. You see it? Lift right there.
It was a little surprising, but I had never used a leash in the way that he had done it. And it was really easy. Once he put that on her, she changed instantly.
Notice that she has not been able to spin all the way from coming down to here. And it's not that she's struggling. As you see, her body language is the same. Proud of herself, ears up, tail is up, everything is in place. What is different is a little tension this time. Can you see it? Not spinning.
Right.
It's almost a minute.
I mean, obviously, if you have her where she can't spin, I mean, she's not going to be able to spin.
Right. So what's going to happen?
So she's, I guess, going to, that mind over matter, muscle memory, she's going to learn how to not
Because
spin.
you're blocking the behavior that you don't want her to do.
One time where she really does circles is when I give her treats. She gets really excited.
Okay.
So I have some treats here.
Okay.
And I'd like
Let me see.
see how this works out here. Ava, you want a treat? Want a treat? Make her sit.
Okay.
Ava, sit.
And this is why we have to do the obedience, right? It's not that they're stubborn. It's because they don't do it on a daily basis. They do it whenever they feel like it. There you go. Now you reward the behavior.
Okay, Ava. You're sitting. Good girl. There's your treat.
We're using the leash not to make her sit down. We're using the leash just to stop the spinning. What she's doing right now is a calm, submissive activity. She's eating, but she's participating in a calm, submissive way. Instead of, come, give it to me.
Right.
See, if you give food when the mind is like that, even though she's sitting down, you're giving food to a mind who's excited. When she's gonna be excited is when you trigger the excitement. All right, Eva, let's play now. Right now, Eva, I want you to be quiet. I want you to be relaxed. I want you to stay there and
don't do anything.
It was very interesting. I mean, most of it was common sense, but I guess it just kind of clicked. It's easier if you hear an outside party and a third person.
This is like walking with your boyfriend kind of thing, because when you're walking with your boyfriend, you don't want him to be in front of you. You want him to be next to you. So you can share a relationship. Yeah, at the moment she tried to go in front of me, I make the correction. I give the correction. Shh, shh, shh. Not in front of me, right there.
Well, I'm gonna go out and get a different lead, because usually I use this lead and I just let her kind of do whatever she wants, so I'll start walking her differently.
Right. Because it's very simple to make a dog excited. The hardest thing for people is to make a dog calm, submissive.
I think it was more of a reality check. I'm a little too nice to her, kind of spoil her a little bit.
Like right now, see, she's trying to smell the ground, but I don't let her. It's not that I'm not going to allow her to smell the ground, it's gonna be on my turn, on my terms. Okay, so when do I do it? Well, when she's calm, submissive, I give her space. And then she can do what dogs, normally do, sniff the ground, pee on it, scratch the floor, and all that good stuff. See, once she was done, that was it. It was over. But when they do it on their own, it's like they never had enough.
As Nadia assumes the role of leader, Cesar now has her extend the length of Ava's usual walk.
My mother lives overseas and my father lives.
The truth is that once you start sharing more exercise, once you start becoming more dedicated to what she really needs, you're gonna start seeing less of the spinning, because without energy, how can they spin?
To get Ava out of her spin cycle, Cesar instructs Nadia to walk her twice a day and never give Ava affection when she is in an overexcited state.
I thought that the twirling at first was kind of cute, it was kind of endearing, it was her thing. But after talking to Cesar, I see now that it's because of problems.
That's right, and that's when you make the correction.
Well, it's like a child. You need rules and boundaries. People like that. They like routines. And I think that now if I, give that to her a little bit more, she'll be a happier dog.